3 games left between one of these victorious females and the lion's share of $15,000 here at the ZOWIE Divina Women's Invitational. It's been a hectic and complicated shuffling of the scoreboard the past couple of games, and we'll see if that continues on. We do have a new member of the desk right now. It's going to be Garrett, along with, of course, Toby for the next game. Welcome back, Garrett.
Thank you.
What was your impression of the first 2 games? We had already talked a lot about surprises and everything, but actually, you know what? Let's skip straight past that and go directly into the full scoreboards. Charlie, of course, is still in the lead. Sunny, not as far behind as perhaps we had, I guess, been concerned about, but still the gap between them is widening. But yeah, Toby, you're pointing out Ting is up there in 3rd place.
That 45th place, for Tanya last game really pushed her down. And not only is she in 5th place now, but if you look all the way down to 11th place, that's just 100 points away technically.
Yeah, it's really close here. Garrett, quick math, like, I don't know if I don't even know if you have like a math degree or anything, but we have 3 games left. Do you think there's really any space? Sunny, even though she's been struggling, do you think there's that much of a possibility that she's going to go out of 2nd place?
I think it's a possibility because of the fact that Ting is playing so far today in the first 2 games, has been playing very well, and she's only behind by 200 points. She's within reach and striking distance of 1st and 2nd. I wouldn't even count her out for the whole tournament based on the way that she's playing and the fact that Sunny's gone out twice. All it takes is a couple of fortunate bounces for her to really swing it towards her way, and I really feel that she has a chance if she's able to keep up this consistency that she had in the first 2 games. It's a bold statement, but it's yeah. All I'm saying is there's still that possibility. We all were talking yesterday about, like, you know, it's a 2-lady race at this point, but now at the way Ting's been playing, there's a possibility. It's small, but we can see it. I'm looking forward to potentially that happening.
That's true. I actually apparently am really bad at reading numbers because you are right. The gap has actually closed significantly between 2nd and 3rd place. I got baited by the 4 digits versus 3 digits, but it really is only about 200 points, as you said. And we have 3 games left. If Sunny continues to underperform, even Charlie, if she kind of performs worse and worse on the coming games, and Ting or even Lizzie really keep that pressure up, we were coming into this expecting either Sunny or Charlie to win, but that has all gone completely out the window. They're, of course, still favorites.
Yeah.
But you're right. This game is not nearly as over as we had expected it to be.
And that's only amazing, right? I mean, you got to love those tournaments that goes right down to the wire, and you think, oh, 15 games, of course there's going to be one that takes off early. Sure, they did, but now all these other people, they're starting to make their way back up.
Yeah, I mean, let's not get too ahead of ourselves with that.
They're making their way back up.
We know Sunny is a really good competitor. 2 games in a row is something that we haven't seen yet, but we have seen her have a bad game and then immediately bounce back from. So while we're talking about this, while we're trying to temper, I guess, expectations on who's going to be the victor, at the same time, you need to remember that there's a reason why Sunny and Charlie are at the top, and at the flip of a switch, they could either of them or both of them immediately go off again like we saw in the previous 2 days, and basically quash all of these hopes and dreams from position 3 and 4 from trying to overtake them.
Exactly. I mean, they've both done that from one bad game into an insanely good 2nd game, right? They both have the capability of doing this. But one player I'm looking at, we're seeing at her right now, winning last game yesterday, winning the 2nd game here today as well. She's doing a strategy that technically other people do as well. She just really does it earlier. I mean, the fact that she goes center immediately has pushed her up in 7th place.
What is her strategy that you're saying?
Go center immediately.
Just immediately.
If you're not in, just run. Like, you look at the map, as soon as the circle pops, if she's not in, she's already making a move. Like, as soon as it pops,
okay.
Take a look at it. I mean, it happens. And fortunately for her, so far it's been working out because she has a little more room to work with center. Well, I mean, so far today and the end of yesterday.
It's worked out in 2 games, but if you have 2 wins and you're only in 7th place, I don't know if you can call that a consistent strategy.
You can say that her first day was very, very poor. She was in 30-something place coming into day 2.
That's actually a fair point.
One of the strategies that is not really rushing the center of the circle, but it's something that Sunny has been doing, is when the new circle does pop, she's not necessarily rushing towards the middle, but as soon as it hits and she's on the edge, she moves inland right away. Not too much, but enough for the fact that she has position on anyone else trying to work their way into the new zone. And by doing that, she's been able to have those consistent placements. And just unfortunately today, she's been getting taken out a little earlier than she'd like before being able to put in that strategy.
Do you think that's going to affect her play style, though? Because she took a huge lead even from the very first day because she moved faster than anyone else, and not just in terms of just kilometers per hour or whatever, also just decision making. But everyone else, they've gotten more into the groove of this competition, and they've gotten more aggressive knowing that they've had to because their slower style on day one wasn't working out. Is that kind of what we feared of really going against Sunny, and is she going to have to adjust her play style in some other way because of it?
It's a little risky what she does because of the fact that the first 2 days, everyone was really passive and sitting back and riding the blue, and she moved in first, and that was a great strategy. But now the fact is a lot of these players are already technically out in position. They have no chance of getting into the money, where they're going to be playing a little bit more loose now. And when you play more loose, you're a lot more of a danger to the top players, and that's where it comes into effect. And we've been seeing them have less placements, and the fact that the placement points are so top heavy that even if you end up in 8th and 9th, it's not really that many points, but it's all about the top 4, and that's why Ting so far has been able to climb up in the scoreboard. It's because of the fact that she won the game, and then she got, I think, 3rd or 4th the other time that she's been able to make that jump.
I mean, you can say cool, calm, collected, all these things. So when you're sitting in 2nd place with a very good chance of taking 1st, you are going to think about things. You're going to say, what are the consequences if I don't get inside in this next circle? Those 1-2 seconds where you think about, oh, should I be doing this because I'm already in the top? That's where you see players like Miss Gucci just saying, I've been in the bottom, I'm making my way back up, I've been B-rolling into the center so many times. So far, it's been working for her, and who knows? I mean, it could continue to do so.
I don't know.
We'll see. We never know. It's all predictions, right? I mean,
Sunny doesn't strike me as the individual who would overthink things. She moved very quickly from day 1, day 2. She so far hasn't really seemed like she didn't know what she wanted to do. You may be right on that, but I don't know. I still have confidence that she'll be able to pull it back because that mental fortitude in that woman is.
I feel like she's just
absolutely
cool.
ridiculous.
Yeah, like you said, just cool and calm and collect. You saw in interviews, right? She was like, no big deal. Like when she won, she didn't seem like it bothered her at all. And on the flip side, Majesty Charlie came into the green room, and she was talking about when she had that one-on-one for the first place that she was shaking. So nerves are going to be playing a big part in these final 3 games.
Well, round 13 is, of course, about to start. We're going to see how the results fare after that in about 25 minutes. We're going to throw it over to my commentators, Garrett and Toby, to get this one going.
3 games to go until one of these lucky women will be going on home with a solid $5,000 in their pockets. Planes in the sky, we are making our way into game number 13. And Garrett, tell me here, buddy, with this nice little plane, is there any place in particular you would like to go? Welcome back, by the way. Anakin, she's been going there. She's been going there. There's a player in ducks.
Yeah, it's my favorite spot. We haven't really, honestly, in this tournament so far, we haven't really seen too many flight paths leaning more towards the east side. So
True.
This is, it's still like Esquire said, you can basically go anywhere on this map, no matter what flight path you take. But we haven't seen many onto the east side of the map.
One immediate change that I see here is Paleolite. She's been going on the northeastern side throughout this entire tournament, and now down in Nakao. Well, I mean, we're talking about her and mind not be able to make it to the first place, but getting out of the bottom, that's going to leave you with a certain set of confidence coming out of the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. So you're having a rough time, but right now is the time to play loose and just relax and just have some fun and just try to get, even though you're out of the money, you still want to have fun and try to get that first place just so you can leave with, head held high. The southern part of the map has been pretty open so far. Right now, we see a lot surrounding the boot camp.
One thing that's also interesting to me here when we look at the map is Sanson. Game number 1, she dropped in Painan and immediately sort of said, nope, that's not going to happen again because 7 people were there. Now she's back there again, probably realizing, you know what, I liked her to begin with, and I'm going to go back and contest it.
Yeah, that was her spot in the duo tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
They went up against Majesty Charlie's team, and they had some duels there early, and she decided to elect to leave that compound. And now the funny thing is with this new circle is there's a spot that Taryn actually loves where she goes to hot ting, and now she's going to be kicking herself because the circle moved all the way up there.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. You can't really say anything about it either, right? It's just the random aspect of things. Sometimes you get the circle in favor, sometimes you don't. Here, unfortunately, it doesn't go her way, but shots are being fired as we see Dabby making her run around in the compound here. Doopsie realizing she's not going to go down and loot that area. She will take the northern compound and make some room. But for Charlie now, having a new guest inside of Painan, will that change up how things are going to turn out?
Actually, a little bit, because Majesty Charlie, whenever she has been landing in this compound, she's been landing on the east side of the river. And it looks like Sanson, when she came down as well. Oh, speaking of which, we're going to be moving over. Ella getting some early shots on a vehicle. We haven't been seeing many vehicles so far being used in this map, but today has been an exception.
I mean, not only vehicles, but vehicles this early. You see, Tanya, she's already making her way across over to the other island. Nuis is doing the exact same thing. She might just spot Tanya out, hopefully, before she goes in the water. She does see her. This is very, very fortunate. We saw, I believe, Raquette last game. No, it was Sayan last game out in the water. There's just, you just hate to be there.
Yeah, she decided to go across the river early, which was nice because that's the way to do it if you're going to try to cross. You don't want to do it late. She just unfortunately got spotted.
Yeah, look at how many people are sending it down here. And this is kind of the...
Look at Sanson.
Exactly, sending it full speed on ahead. She's going, you know what? I want to go across. And there you go, the backflip coming in as well. Style points. If there were extra points to be given other than kills and placements, you know what? Give her a solid 20 points in the pocket. That's very, very well deserved.
But she's got to be careful here because he's going to be running into Mathia.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Sanson, you deserve this, Sanson. Don't do it. She's got to be ready. She's got to be prepared for it.
We've seen this before.
Mathia does this every single game she gets the circle.
Don't do it. Don't do it. This has happened so many times already.
Please don't, Sanson. You don't deserve to go out like that. You do not deserve. Everything that screams competitive play just defied by that perfectly used backflip. Now she... My nerves are on the outside of my skin just for Sanson right now. Yeah, please don't die.
Sanson was just getting so frustrated with the fact that the circles never opened up in her favor and never went to where she was. And now that finally she got sick of it and takes the bike in early, and then now she might end up falling to Mathia playing
There's
this
something
to
it, though. There's something to it. We talk about how many games have been played, how many things this has happened. These players, honestly, has got to be prepared for the fact that no matter what compound, no matter how open you hope and think it could be, you have to be prepared for the fact that there could be a person there with you.
Yeah, I know, but still, this is heartbreaking. Mathia, whenever she's done this as well, she's been very, very patient. I don't remember seeing her ever actually leave the room to try to get this kill, even when the sound has been...
There's no reason to.
Yeah,
she will open that door eventually, and she will get that kill.
There isn't, but like at the same time, it's amazing how the patience relies like that, because sometimes you get antsy and you want to get the kill.
Also, it's interesting that Sanson does not want to loot that room. I mean, normally you'd clear the entire compound, right? Maybe there's a sixth sense saying, you know what, that's not going to happen. I would assume to see Mathia open the door eventually. She actually opens it, and she reacts to it, spots it, and...
Oh, no.
Oh, Sanson, what a unfortunate, sad, and, well, to some extent, undeserved way to go down.
Yeah, it truly is heartbreaking. Nothing else you can say. Only 2 more games left in the day for her to try to make up for what just happened to her. But either way, Mathia playing the same kind of strategy. And we saw Tanya here dying these rocks last game as well. He has taken an early fight. Again, this is the spot that she's always been looting so far, these northern warehouses of boot camp.
We saw her make her way across now, and she actually has made it to the other side. Yasa running alongside the cliffs here, trying to see if she can maybe find herself a little person out there in the water to take some of the easiest shots at. Not quite the case, and she will jump down herself.
She's going to elect to go across the river early.
Yeah.
So this is what you want to do if you have to cross the river, especially with a circle like this. But at the same time, it is risky, but you rather do it earlier than later.
I mean, I think she's actually going to go to the center island, which it can be scary, but it kind of makes
sense,
sense,
too. That's a bad plan, though.
No, I mean, honestly, the circle is not guaranteed to go either way right now.
True, but you don't want to
if this next circle hard shifts to either side, you will be the one who technically has the easiest run across.
Yeah, but
distance-wise.
I know, but either way, you're going to be stuck in the river. But
that is true. That is true.
Tanya, again, she's the one that was in third place, and now moving down to the board. I believe she is 6th now. Unfortunately, got killed early in both starting games of today.
Yeah, it's not been her. I mean, she did get a 14th place in the first game, but last game for sure bumped her down the list with that 45th place. Lizzie, having had all of Paradise to herself for the at least the last game today and also a couple of games yesterday, will have Shishi up in sight of this compound. Could be a bit of a surprise coming in for her. But Charlie, again, the name of the game, she's in first place. She got herself a bit more of a lead. Tomai, the master of trees, has been in a good spot, and she's going to take her out. 0 kills and 42nd place for Charlie. Sunny has got to be clapping her hands.
Yeah, this is the opportunity that Sunny's been waiting for. She's been the one that's been going out early, and now that she sees that kill come up in the kill feed, this is her chance to really take that into an advantage and leapfrog Charlie in first place.
It's going to be very, very interesting to see how Sunny manages to pull through. Also, does she change up her playstyle, knowing that, oh my god, I need to stay alive now? We know she's not afraid to take a fight normally, but could this be her maybe playing it a bit safer than what we've seen in previous games?
Honestly, normally I would say yes, but I just feel like with Sunny that she just has that mentality of like just nonchalant, doesn't matter. She'll be good.
Yeah. New circle pops. It's going to go I'd like to say guaranteed, but we have seen a lot of strange things happen in PUBG. It's going to go over towards the northwestern island, at least. And as you said yourself earlier, Terran might just want to reconsider going up towards Hatin in this game. But of course, nothing's guaranteed. But one thing that is very much sure, a lot of people are on this eastern island and will have to make their transition on over.
Elizabeth getting taken out by Katarina. Sunny has the early drop on that bridge, but I believe she might have heard Saki coming over across the other side. Sunny's been finding herself relatively decent in all these circles early game, but right now this is a tricky part of the circle to cross, and she's gonna spot her in the water. Now, do you take the shot or you just use this information and cross?
You gotta line the shot up perfectly. You have to wait. You need to.
But you don't want to give away your position, which right now is she's worried about.
You have, and this is why she's playing it so smart. Everyone else was just a shot immediately. She's trying to make sure that she can get this kill as fast as possible. And now, wanting to have had that kill just before, exactly doesn't get it. Down to low HP though, Isagi. We'll have to see, can she get away from Sunny, or will she not? Nanamiya gets herself a kill on Suzuki as well. And look at this hunt coming in.
Yeah, she's playing Ring Around the Rosie.
This is where it might become dangerous for Sunny, right? Because every time she makes a step further out, she goes further out in the open.
Yeah, we talked about in solos. The longer these engagements take is the bigger risk that you have. So Sunny doesn't want to stay around there too long. It is 10 points, but in the end, it won't matter if you put yourself in a vulnerable position.
Exactly. Those placement points will accumulate so much more than this one kill will. And Sunny, being a very smart player, reacts to it and does go up towards the bridge, actually.
This is a scary thing to do, though.
It is. But having shots fired by the sides will allow for people to spot towards it. And now Nam comes in on the buggy. This should be a freebie. We know Sunny's skill set. Will she get the kill here onto Nam? Shots are fired. Shots are connected. And of course, straight to the chest of Nam. Nothing to do there.
Well, you know what? Now she doesn't use a way to cross the bridge. She can just get in that buggy. If she elects to do that.
I mean, it's been hurt now anyway, right?
She just called an Uber. It came up and arrived for her, and she got the loot. Good for Sunny. You're going to be able to cross pretty clear, but as well, you still see Saki below her. That this could be a problem because she still might think that she is on the other side of the bridge that she came from.
The thing is, she knows that she's in the water, and more importantly, she knows that he got a few shots on her. Worst thing for you in the water, you cannot heal yourself. Hopefully, for her, she will be able to do something. But there you go, Ting, once again, active in the kill feed. She snuck her way up into third place, and we're seeing her right now as well.
The hunt continues. Sunny wants this kill. She recognizes this is the biggest threat to her round and can't let her survive because she can also gatekeep the bridge and get those kills and block people from coming in, but this is the immediate threat that she needs to take care of.
Saki, for sure, here's Sunny on the other side. You see she's holding the angle, waiting for it, but Sunny's taking no immediate risks. I'm not even sure if she'll be able to, she should be able to shoot if she goes down there. Saki, though, making a small movement, and it does not take a lot of sound for Sunny to realize where her opponent is.
Yeah, Saki's just playing the sound game right now, realizing that she has the angles cut off. Sunny, again, electing to just get out of this situation is not in her favor at this point. There's no need to take these early on engagements, especially the fact that Majesty Charlie is already out.
Exactly. Anakin goes down an exciting, very, 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 very smart point to bring up there. She saw, and she must have seen Charlie go down early in the game. It's simply not worth it. You have a chance to accumulate so many points and catch up to that first place, potentially even overtaking it with this game right here. Play it smart, play it safe. She's doing exactly that. Very, very smart point to bring up.
Yeah, we go in another compound. Sunny version 2 up against Yaza.
Version 2? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Version 8, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. And then also Miss Gucci. She's been changing her strategy compared to the first day and going towards the middle of the circle like we talked in the early pregame. New circle is popping, going center of the island.
Ooh, are we going back to see one of these mountain endings where 9 people die in the blue because they have to run all the way around
I hope so. I truly hope so. Because I like to see the world burn, so I appreciate these kind of things.
I like these things in the middle of the tournament, but when it comes down to these final games, dying because of those sort of things, it's just unbearable. But of course, it's PUBG, and if we probably know as best as anyone that anything can happen. Yamroll, she wants herself some guaranteed placement points, takes herself a very safe rotation around in the water. Yelena is actually out there as well. There you go, a little further down. We'll get to beach her boat and get in on land safely.
See a lot more boat action in this game. That'll be the third person as well. Paralight did it earlier in the game. She's been the queen of the boats, especially even in the duo tournament. She used them quite a bit, but Yelena docking that boat and going to move in.
Some might say that boats have also been the queen of her.
Oh,
we can do that, right? We can do that. We can do that. We can do that. We can do that. Ting has been spotted by MyPie. We know she's a very capable shooter. Decides not to take the shots, but
big nade.
Oh my God! I just thought that Tanya went down, but actually Gucci going down. We talked about her having these rotations work in her favor when she can go center. Now this circle shifted hard west. She was one of the players that were out on the eastern island, and that came to cost her.
Yeah, it's going to be very detrimental to her points right now because she was climbing the board and trying to get into that third, fourth place position. To go down early after a win is going to be a big disappointment.
Look at how far south Maipai and Ting are on this area of the map. If Maipai doesn't end up taking out Ting here, Ting will look at this replay later tonight and be like, holy moly, did I get a free? Because she's sitting in third place. We have already got Charlie down. We know that there's a gap, but this is the time for Ting to potentially bridge it.
Yeah, exactly. She's trying to make that push as well because even though, Charlie? Yeah, Charlie went out early. She's the one in third place that's trying to make that jump as well, so she can't go down early. She's pretty far away. You see Lizzie taking pot shots at Smile. Again, another vehicle coming into play. We're seeing it a lot more now.
Tapping on away. It was a shift towards a smaller island. Most people normally don't expect that. So vehicles do come in handy when you, especially when you want to cross that bridge. Do not want to do it on foot, at least not when people are shooting in your direction. But Circle is closing on in. Sminty now taking shots at Maipai on the southern side. You see her shooting there, and she will go down. And this is extremely important because as far as I know, the only person aware that Ting was on that southern side was Maipai. That threat is eliminated. I don't think Sminty is going to hunt that.
No, too early to tell. She is really deep in the blue, especially with the blue closing in on the new circle. It's going to be popping relatively soon.
Yeah, this is not going to be easy for Sminty. She has to make a
long
run in. There are the rocks. Pally Light inside of the circle took the boat up to the northwestern side, up against the other boatee, and Yelena trying to... I'm pretty sure she spotted her in the compound down there, but you see Yelena is playing it very, very safe behind the rocks. Does not want to take any peeks. She's inside the circle. So
back to the compound where they haven't moved an inch.
Yasa and Sunny, how long will these two players be for? In all honesty, they're probably sitting in one of the best compounds in the circle right now. We'll have to see if it's in the next one. But why would you want to go out and force things if you can sit here and, well, play as safe as you can?
Yeah, it's a little bit risky, especially if the circle does shift to the west. People are still trying to find their way into the blue. Have to cross bridges. Mass, you see here, taking damage in the blue, in the water, and as you mentioned before, unable to heal. So hopefully she doesn't get spotted. Yeah,
she can, I believe, go a little further right. Oh my God, are we going up
That's
to
what
the
I
mountain
want
again? What we saw yesterday was that all these people died because the circle hard shifted north twice, which means that all these people that were in the southern side, they could not go into the circle on either side because the mountain was there. They had to run all the way around, and it took too much time. Once again, we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people on the northern side. Everyone else will potentially come in from the south. Mask, though, does manage to make it across, and not only that, also gets the kill onto Nanamiya.
Yeah, center compound in the circle is going to be the key prime position people want to get into. And right now, Sunny getting some shots off here. This has now become a three-lady battle. Again, this is a good position for them to come in and try to block off, but the mountain is there that they have to run around potentially if the circle does shift once again.
Big question here. What does it take for Yasa to go out of her little room and start shooting at people? Both her and Mathia has been very, very good at doing exactly that. We'll see, though, if shots are fired. They are fired, indeed. Momentasa goes down to low HP and will go down as well. And I guess this is good for Sunny, because I'm not sure she was aware there was no combo. Ting goes down. Connie with a long-range headshot on towards her. Important kill coming in third place down. We know there's a very small gap all the way down to somewhere around 8th or 9th. All these people that are trying to get themselves further up in the money, they are very much in contention to do so right here.
There's a lot of potential in this game for players to move on up in the scoreboard, with Ting going down early, who was locked down in third place, and especially with Sunny still alive, trying to lead, take over that first place position and get a big gap on it as well. Tani trying to claw back into the game since she's had a rough start to this day. Either way, a lot of potential things that can happen. Rachel is going to be moving in on Connie and gets taken out. Very low HP, almost got killed, but the blue is coming in.
Connie,
she's got to be careful.
Run, Connie! You do not have time for this.
Oh,
she stops her first aid. No,
Bandage.
Connie! Oh, the boost! The boost!
She got it. There you go.
No, she canceled her first aid.
No, she had a bandage.
Oh, it's a bandage. Oh my God, I got myself scared there for a second. I was like, what are you doing, Connie? She does live through that. One tick on the booster saves her. For now, nothing's guaranteed just yet. Little Big Whale goes down outside the circle to Terran, but we know for a fact once this circle connects, those first aids won't do you much help anymore. They're going to start tanking like beasts.
Sunny's almost down and out. She's going to have the tree to cover to heal up. That could have been a huge kill if that was able to land.
She's out in the open. She heard the shots fired towards her, but probably realizing that was too far away to be towards me, right? That must mean there's someone else in the nearby area.
But look at this, though. She is getting flanked.
She spots her.
Here it is. The spot should be coming in. Oh, my God.
She wants to get really close. Do you not see her? There you go. Spots her.
Oh, What's happening?
Shishi, what are you doing? Shoot!
Oh no, is she a friend?
Tanya went
Is she
down.
a friend? I'm starting to call this out.
What is going on here?
I don't know what just happened. But she wanted to play.
No,
she wants to play the position. She doesn't want to give it away because the blue is coming in. And if she takes that fight and engagement, gets that kill, she is in the open and potentially open to getting shot from anywhere else.
Exactly. See, actually, she's making the run across now, having a chance to do so. This circle. Quick prediction: how many people died to the blue here?
Wait,
I'm gonna say 6.
In this phase,
Yeah,
there will be.
there's one. I'm gonna say 6 people died to the blue here.
I don't know, a few. We see it happen a lot, especially with these circles where things go in everyone's favor, and this is an open, wide area to end up as well with the mountain play. Paleolite getting taken out by my... Taryn, look at that. She's diving on it.
You gotta get in.
She's been talking about just sending it in. She doesn't care at this point. She wants position. But look at this.
The timing. The timings. It does turn around, though. Taryn, what a play. Turns around. Fortunately for her, Yasa not able to connect the shots needed. And very fortunately not able to get the kill only, but also just on the edge of the circle.
Rocket creeping in on Smile. Did hear the footsteps. They both are aware of each other trying to come in. You see Doopsy going down to Sunny. Rocket has the jump on Smile. If she can land this, the blue is pushing in and forcing them to make a move. And here comes the initiation. Easy kill for Rocket.
Sunny goes down. That's going to be a 16th place for her. Still way, way, way above the player and Charlie, but it's going to be an important one, that's for sure. Probably would have wanted to stay alive for longer. Karina up the hill gets spotted out by Cici. One player is already on her way up there as well, though. That's Vendetka. One player goes down. That's going to be Xiaoyu with the M16, sorry, up the hill, but she's outside the circle. She has to make that run forward.
Ooh, nice shot. Karina's been doing pretty well
today. That's going to be a kill.
Yeah, she's been doing pretty well getting these shots on early. Xiaoyu, it does go down, which is big. Now, everyone else is in the game, has a great chance to jump up in the leaderboard, especially with the top 5 already out.
Everybody falling like flies. This circle is so, so brutal. 9 people alive in circle 6. When will we ever see this? Never, as long as we're in the area of the Mountaineers. Minty, you gotta get inside that circle. Karina with a nice connected shot gets inside the circle as well. Lives to see another day. Sminty tanking a lot of damage from the blue, and we're now down to just 7 players alive with a very, very open end of the game.
Yeah, this circle is just going to be deadly for everyone. Wide open. It's going to be all about the rotations and coming in, trying to find as best coverage you can to get in.
We're talking about how leaderboards can be changed up. I'm not seeing any of these players inside top 10 that are alive now.
These are all players that exactly that. They're trying to find that position and moving up in the leaderboard, and they have potential. Yam is one of them, I believe. Karina's been in the bottom of the leaderboard, and again, a lot of this is also for pride.
Sure thing, but I mean, what we're talking about before, we were saying 5th down to 20th place. We're in contention. Now with this end up, it could be 5th down to 25th place.
Yeah.
I mean, so many more people are going to get a chance to get in the money off of this game.
It's definitely trying to open up the leaderboard. Dabby taking some shots from Karina. Karina's been showing
Jump
capability
Jump
with
Dabby.
the op, but Dabby is in an awkward position where she is stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Literally in between that. Ooh, she good shots up towards Jamroll. Needs to connect more, though. Unfortunately, not able to do so. Pulls out the M4. Iron side to make that a red dot side. Shoots up towards her. We saw her play it extremely safe with Sunny earlier. She has a good spot on this position. Does not want to be out in the open. Saki, though, securing herself a finish off onto Sunny.
Dabby, though, you see her in the blue stuck. She's going to be going down to that. She looking for a next kill.
These bolt action snipers, gotta say.
We're down to 3, and technically we're down to 2 because Dabby is in the blue. It's going to be a battle between Shishi and Karina. And Karina, who's been a very capable sniper, this is going to be very dangerous for her.
Dabby just got 5 placements off of tanking the blue and healing. Now she goes down. That's going to be 6 placements for Dabby off of tanking it. So smartly played. I said jump. She did the exact smart thing right there. Now 1v1. We've seen Karina land these Kar 98 shots all day long. And this one should be a possible one too. Circle, though, not around her.
But look at this, though. She has the weapon you want in this situation when you're stuck and getting that shot off early. She has to take it a fight no matter what. She was not going to be able to move, but she's just giving her an opportunity.
I don't think there's a vest remaining for Cici. She's making the run out in the open. Karina, you have to reload that gun. She does do so now as well. Gets the shot once again. There you have it! 2 shots in a row from Karina. What a hell of a performance.
Good for her. Again, having a rough first 2 days, but coming out with the chicken dinner in day 3 is fantastic. She is one of the fan favorites here from all the players. Very fun personality, deadly with a sniper. Great win for her.
Explosive finish, and the blue once again taking a lot of casualties in the north. Northwest Island. It's what happens when
Yes.
the zone swings over the north of it. Everyone has to climb over. Dabyung, as you pointed out, able to heal on the blue and get a good number of position points. But Karina, I don't know about you, Garrett, but she definitely did not have the advantage in that final fight.
No, I couldn't believe the move that Shishi actually made, because she had Karina locked down behind that rock. There's nowhere for her to go. She's going to need to be the first one to move when the circle does shift. But Shishi decided to take advantage of the fact that she's in a bad position and move to a new tree, which I thought was ill-advised because it gave Karina an opportunity to get those shots off.
Not even a new tree, but multiple new trees.
Yes, she didn't stop. She just bolted it across.
Yeah.
I could see the idea of going into the next tree.
Yeah.
The one that
Yeah.
I think that Karina missed the first initial shot, or maybe hit her foot.
Oh, she hit her in the leg. Yeah,
Hit her in the foot, but then stopping there. But then, yeah, she overdid it, went a little over-aggressive, and
You know what, Pop? A part of it might have been the fact that you saw her taking the shots on Karina early, that she was stuck with a 2-time on a
Yeah,
rifle.
exactly.
She might have not had a sniper, and she didn't feel comfortable taking that long-range fight against a car that could have a good scope. That's the
Exactly.
only reason I can see her deciding to do that. I know it's still a situation that's not favorable for her to leave where she was, but in the end, that's, I think, the justification for it.
It could be a confidence thing. We saw her shooting up towards Yamro when she was running across miles out in the open with that 2-times on this 16. She missed 8 or 9 shots in a row. Maybe that's just, I need to get closer, because clearly the tapping doesn't work. I need to get in a range where I can use that M4 up close. Karina, though, landing all the shots needed.
yeah, the problem, I don't know. I
mean,
think,
moving target 3 shots in a row, that's pretty impressive.
I think you expressed it, though, Garrett, not wanting to use the blue to your advantage. The
Yeah.
blue you can use the blue easily as a weapon, and even though, sure, if they die to the blue, you don't get the points, but you'll get the positioning, and there's a big enough gap between second and first. But nonetheless, getting into a second-place position in the first place by Shishi was definitely a good play by her. But Karina coming out at the end, not just Karina, but as was also mentioned during the cast, everyone on the top 5, top 6, top 7 were
They were not there.
basically newcomers to that sort of high position.
Yeah. And again, with the point system the way it is and how top-heavy it is, the fact that the top players went out that early, it gives other players an opportunity to jump up. And the top players that had that chance to really close the gap and make an impact, they just failed to do so.
So yeah, basically what this game is only going to exaggerate what we saw from the previous couple of games further, which is really changing up what our expectations of the scoreboard are going to be. I don't know how much, though, because while Charlie did go out in 42nd, and we can talk about this over the highlights here, Sanson gets the MVP play of the
Motocross.
day, of this entire event by that. Really
gotta
glad we
love it.
caught that. I'm really glad that she was actually able to land that. But then, of course, did get taken out by the troll in the closet.
You hate to see it. It's
You know, it's fair that we can say that, because she's done this that we've seen on footage 3 separate times.
This is the third time, and I can guarantee you that she's done it
Oh,
probably
yeah.
80% of the games.
Maybe even all of them, let's be real.
This is when Charlie goes out in 42nd place. That's probably the lowest we've seen anyone from her and
Yeah.
Sunny go out. But on the flip side, though, Sunny here, while getting this kill, went out in 16th. That, of course, isn't as good as we've come to expect from her, but it is still not awful. If that becomes your, marginally below average, I think that's fine. That's going to be good, especially with Charlie going out in 22nd and Ting, who was really starting to catch up, going out above 25th. So Sunny, even though she didn't end up winning this game or even getting top 5, I do think it's fair to say that she is, if not overtaking Charlie on this, putting herself in a still good position to maintain that top spot.
I think they're literally going to be, I'm just assuming right now, I think points-wise, they're going to be neck and neck. I think they're within 10 points of each other.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but that's my gut feeling.
So the question, though, this is finally the first time in a fair number of games that we've seen the circle go into a different island.
The amount of long-range shots by Karina, I must say, it's just insane.
It pulled away from center, and at the very beginning of when it was starting to go to center all the time, Sunny was taking win after win, or at least top placement after top placement. And then it continued to do so at the beginning of today. And is it fair to say that these other players, because it had played in the same part of the map for so long, got used to it themselves, but now that it finally pulled off, it gave Sunny and basically put her in position to show off her quick adaptability and kind of climb back up over everyone?
I mean, she played it obviously better than a lot of the other players did, but this also was in a situation that these players, at least within the tournament, are very unfamiliar to see. We've only seen that ending up there on the Northwestern Island twice over 13 games. I mean, at least north of the mountain, the way that it did end up there. And in all honesty, she drops up and right next to the bridge by Harting. That's just the closest place to be.
That, I don't know how fair that is to say, though, because we've seen that ending multiple. I think we saw it maybe even twice during the duos match.
Yeah,
true.
And so that's like what, this is maybe the 4th or 5th time over the entire tournament. It shouldn't take more than 1 or 2 games to recognize, okay, this mountain is rough.
精彩的讲解，刚刚这一场呢，顺利吃鸡的选手是 Corina。那这里呢，我也是请她跟所有的观众朋友打招呼，而且自我介绍一下。Please say hi to everyone and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Corina. Most people call me Chorina.
Very excited right now, right?
Yeah.
The last shot is incredible. Really, really amazing. So, what's your favorite weapon in the game?
I guess it's car and M24.
M4?
M24 and M4.
Oh,
like, yeah.
okay.
I have 3.
3 M24.
It's a sniper.
I know. And you are really good at sniping.
Yeah.
Really got talent, OK？ 好，那这边呢，我刚刚也是去告诉他了，其实他最后这个决胜关头的时候，他的狙击也是为所有的观众朋友带来相当深刻的印象了。那这里他也是提到，其实他自己本身呢也是非常喜欢狙击枪，非常厉害的一位选手。Okay, so I think you are in good state today, right? But what happened yesterday?
Yeah, I was in a bad mood because I'm aggressive and everyone is hiding and it's, I don't know, it's pretty hard. It's not my type of game.
Okay.
And today I just wanted to have fun.
Have fun?
Yeah.
So forget about the winning, forget about the
Exactly.
losing, right? Just have fun, enjoy the game, right?
Yeah.
OK， 那我刚刚就问他了，我说我觉得今天他的状态其实很好，那昨天是怎么回事呢？他说昨天心情不太好，因为他平常是一个喜欢钢枪的选手，但是来到这个比赛，他发现大部分的选手呢，可能打的是比较保守一点，他就觉得自己的心情也是稍微受到了影响。但是来到了今天呢，他觉得先把这个输赢抛开一边，那今天就是全心全意的享受游戏。So keep enjoying the game, OK?
Thanks.
OK， 好，那我们把现场交还给解说老师。
Chalk another one up to people who hate the slow play. And I think what's really interesting, though, is that of all the people who have won games, whether it's 1, 2, 3, the majority of them hate slow play. Garrett, is that indicative of, I guess, a certain mindset or a certain play style that's needed to win these games?
I think it's actually very scary now for all these players that like the aggressive play, especially when you know a lot of them are already out of the positionals with the money, that they're playing loose now. You just said she doesn't she's just trying to have fun. She's playing aggressive now. She's just doing what she wants to do. And the fact that there are a lot of the players that are doing that, it really makes it scary for the top 3 positions because now it goes against what got them in that position in the first place, which was the slow playing.
I do think it's actually incredibly interesting, just the amount of people who hate the slow play, because it's almost like, so all the people, and this may sound a little overly critical, but I'm going to say it anyway because I don't care. Individuals like Tume or Yasa who are consistently hiding and waiting, sure, they may get a couple of kills and they may ruin someone's game. Mathia is also up there. We got the round scoreboards up while we talk over this Karina with the big old number of points. Saki, even though, she actually got 3rd place, but more kills than, oh, no, wait. Shishi got 2nd place and with only 1 kill, fell down to 4th. But this is going to change up the scoreboard a lot. But again, new names, it's only going to mess it up so much, I think.
Yeah. There's not going to be much change besides the bulk in the middle.
Yeah.
I believe the only one I would see that would make a jump would be Dabby. I believe that she's within range of the top 10, I believe. So maybe she's going to be the one that jumps the most in that range, but the top of the leaderboard is going to be basically staying static.
I mean, Sonny got 40 points, bridged the gap a little less, should be around 30 points now up towards Charlie. And that's just, I mean, now they have both had a bad game today. With just 2 games to go, that's going to apply some pressure.
But back to my previous point while we scroll through the rest of this scoreboard. It almost feels like if you're not playing aggressive, it's almost like you just become an element into the game rather than a contender in the game. Is that a fair statement to say?
To a certain extent, yes, but it's knowing when to play aggressive, because some of the people that have been utilizing going center, they don't maybe have the you can say like the click, the switch to then start playing aggressive late game, because you see how well these players play that dare go out and take control in the late game circles, that don't end up in the edges there. When they do that, they make themselves better spots in the circles, and they get kill points off of it too. So so you see that happen right there.
Well, when I say aggressive, and at least in this context, saying aggressive, I mean more of just proactive, going at it rather than hiding and waiting. Because, again, those few kills may bump them up a little bit that they're getting on some unsuspecting people who are actually moving. It doesn't feel like it's actually giving them anything more than a middle-of-the-pack result.
Yeah, like the aggressive play, like we mentioned before, it's, the point system works in a way where the aggressive play can be rewarded if you get a lot of those kills, but at the same time, you're putting yourself in harm's way, which can be detrimental to what you want to actually do. So you're seeing that what happened with the top players right now. They're trying to be a little more passive, but that's been 3 games now in a row where they've been knocked down early. I think it's fair to say, besides Ting, the top Charlie and Sunny, this has been a rough day for them, and if they don't snap out of this within the next 2 games, they are in jeopardy, because right now they're having a hard start, and everyone else is playing looser and more aggressive, and like I said before in my previous point, it's becoming a danger to them with how everyone else is loosening up.
What's interesting to me is Charlie has only had 1 bad game, then to go back to a good one. First game today, she got 2nd place with 4 kills. Now, 2 games in a row where she did get, I think, 16th or 17th place in the game too. But then into this one, we have never really seen her on that bad path yet. And hopefully, I mean, she can turn it around. But as you said yesterday, everything's locked up now. Not so much anymore.
I don't know. I wouldn't be too worried about Charlie if I were you.
I wouldn't either,
It's
but
just
it's
one round. Yeah. Everyone has those games that you go out
Sure.
incredibly early. It's one engagement. You can't win all of them. And I think when you're placed, we've seen Charlie in more engagements than anyone else. She's by far the lead in kills still to this day, because she ended yesterday with such a lead. You're not going to win all of them, but you are going to win most of them. And it's unfortunate that the one that she lost was in the very beginning of a round compared to in the more mid to late game. But I still think that Sunny cannot rest, even though likely Sunny has overtaken her in the points after this game.
Yeah, Charlie's biggest, like we talked about, her firepower is so incredibly strong, and the way their style of playing of holding along the edges of the blue, and she moves in with everyone else that does the same thing. She does it along with them, but the difference is her firepower is so strong that she's able to get out of those situations compared to when Sunny, she likes to move in a little bit earlier, and with Charlie and how she plays and gets those kills, that's what's keeping her up at the top besides the wins that she had earlier. That's the saving grace for her, and that's the way, the style that she wants to continue to play. It's just, again, my only fear for her is the fact that everyone else is loosening up, and that's going to make things a little bit riskier for her. All
right, well, we are going to have 2 games left before we crown our champion here at the ZOWIE DIVINA Women's Invitational from Shanghai, China. We're going to go to yet another break while we get that prepared. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.